Hello friends, welcome to Inside Second Initiative. In today's video, we are going to discuss about Kerala protest against central government. So now we would like to discuss about why Kerala government is protesting against union government. Before we discuss, first let me explain you, nowadays the fiscal federalism is under stress. That means a lot of states are complaining against the center regarding that they are not getting their due share of the money. So thus Kerala also complaining the same. First, this topic requires certain basics to you. You have to know who shares the revenue, tax revenue between the center and state. Here, is the Kerala is the only one complaining? No, even the Karnataka government is also complaining. Karnataka also complaining. Against whom? Against union government. So they are complaining that they are not getting their due share of money from union government. So as an aspirant, you have to know who distribute the money between the union government and state government. Who distribute the money between union government and state government. This is you have to know. Okay. Obviously, the revenue distribution, the tax distribution between the center and state, it will be done by Finance Commission. Finance Commission. Finance Commission. And you know that Article 280 of the Indian Constitution deals with the Finance Commission. Now tell me students, who is the newly appointed chairman of the 16th Finance Commission? Okay, who is newly appointed chairman of the 16th Finance Commission? Now the Finance Commission according to Article 280, clause 3 subclause A, according to that, the Finance Commission will distribute the net tax revenue between center and state. Net tax revenue between center and state. So net tax revenue means you have to know what is the difference between the gross tax revenue and the net tax revenue. Okay, now let's see. Gross tax revenue and net tax revenue. What is the main difference? Net tax revenue. So obviously a common understanding is when you remove something from the gross, obviously you will have a net. Okay, gross tax revenue. So when you remove something from the gross, obviously you will get net. We'll try to understand by removing what? We can get the net tax proceedings from the gross tax proceedings by removing the expenditure. You know, there will be certain administrative expenditure in the tax collection and the tax distribution. And we have to take out surcharge. Surcharge is all about the tax and tax. Okay, surcharge we have to remove. And we have to remove the cess and the money given to UTs, whatever the grants we are giving to UTs, that will be deducted. So when you deduct all these things, then from gross tax revenue we will get the net tax revenue. Fine. So when the net tax revenue, out of the net tax revenue, how much money will go to the states? This is also one more thing you have to understand. Okay, out of the central government tax revenue, according to the 14th Finance Commission, around 42% of the money will go to states. 42%. But according to the 15th Finance Commission, the money reduced to 41% only. Now, if you are preparing for this 2024 UPSC prelims, you must know this 1% reduction, this money is going to where? Okay. From the 14th Finance Commission to 15th Finance Commission, net tax proceedings between the centers to state reduced by 1%. Where this allocation is going to? That is the question. Now the 16th Finance Commission, it will decide how much money should be distributed to states. Now at the moment 41% distributed to the states and rest of the 59% is the state center. Out of this 41%, that means out of the 100 rupees, 41 rupees going to states. Out of this 41 rupees, different states will get different amounts. You know that all the states will not get the same amount. Kerala and Telangana, Kerala and Karnataka and UP, they will not get the same amount of the money. Okay, the tax proceedings distributed to each and every state differs. But on what basis that money will be distributed? That we have to know here. Okay, from the center to the state, tax proceedings mainly depends on number one, the tax that state population is the first one. The population will be taken into consideration. Previously, 1971 population used to be the yardstick, that is standard. Now, we are considering the 2011 population census, that is the population standard. Next, second one is demographic indicators. Demographic indicators is the second one. What does it mean? Demographic indicators includes how the state population is performing, especially in terms of education. In education, they consider like dropout ratio and college enrollment, higher education enrollment, maternal mortality rates, infant mortality rates. Okay, these are the parameters will be taken into consideration, and literacy percentage. Okay, if the demographic indicators are performing very well, then the state will be rewarded. Third one is regarding the area. Okay, if the state is large enough, obviously more amount of the funds required. Not only the large size, the terrain of the state also matter. If the state consists of this mountain terrain, and if the state is present near the international border, then obviously state requires additional amount of the funds. So area is also one of the parameters. Next, what are the other parameters? The other one is their distance of the state, distance from per capita income, distance from per capita income. So here, compared to the national average per capita income, compared to that, how close that particular state is. If the state per capita income is very far compared with the national per capita income, national average per capita income, then the state has to get more amount of the money. Otherwise, if the state per capita income is very close to the national per capita income, then the state may not get that much amount of the money. Fifth one is forest and coverage. Forest and coverage. This is about green cover in the state. If the state contains huge amount of the green cover, obviously the state need more money, because that less amount of the land is available for economic activities. Okay, if the forest cover is high, means the land is less for other economic activities. That means the state income is also very low. That is the reason state has to get more amount of the money. So these are the parameters considered by the Finance Commission while allocating money to individual states. Now let's see what are the exact issues of the Kerala. What are the flashpoints raising by the Kerala? Already I explained to you context. Kerala, Karnataka both are complaining. Then I explained to the Finance Commission what is Article 280. Article 280 clause 3 subclause A I explained to you. Composition of transfer, how the transfers will be done. Previous Finance Commission 14th one, transfers enhanced to 42%, 15th one 41%. Okay, the 1% of the money like allocated to Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. And one more thing here you have to understand, this Finance Commission not only transfer the tax, the Finance Commission also transfer the grants to states. Grants. Here you have to know, grants, the one which are mentioned according to the Constitution, they are known as constitutional grants. Constitutional grants are present in Article 275. Grants are the money, these are the unilateral payments. That means state don't need to repay the money. Grants may be different in different forms. Number one, it may be the sectoral grant. That means sector specific grants like education grants, health grants, and social sector grants like that. Then local governments related grants. Grants given to Panchayat Raj and municipalities. Third type is disaster management grants. Disaster management grants. Grants related to disaster management. These are the various grants given to states. So these grants also will be given based on the recommendation of Finance Commission and other factors as well. So these are the various parameters I explained to you. Out of this all parameters, highest amount of the weightage is given to income distance, 45% weightage. Then area of the state, population of the state, both are getting the equal weightage. Then demographic performance. Finally, forest and ecology. These are the various parameters. Based on that, states will get money. So the grants also I explained to you. Next, what are the exact problems of Kerala? Let's see. Kerala is saying that they are not getting the due share of the tax revenue. That means previously, they are claiming that previously from Kerala 65 rupees. If Kerala contributing 65 rupees to union government, Kerala used to get 35 rupees. That means more or less more than 50% they used to get as a return. But now, as Kerala is contributing 79 rupees, it is getting only the 21 rupees. That means their contribution dropped to almost 25%. Previously this was more than 50%. You can understand. The second issue with Kerala is saying that previously a percentage of funds they used to get out of all the states, they used to get around 3.87%. Okay, the money given to all the states, out of that 3.87% of the funds used to go to Kerala. That dropped to 2.5%. Later that dropped further to 1.925% only. So this is also very rapid declining, and Kerala is saying that they require the actual amount of the money so that they can cater the needs of the social security of the old age people and all. This is the second problem. Third one is the compensation for stopping of GST. Central government promised that when they introduced the GST in 2017, they promised that for 5 years they are going to give the compensation. That means till 2022 GST compensation given to states. So GST compensation is all about, because of the introduction of the GST, how much money the state lost, how much revenue the state lost. That revenue will be compensated in the form of the GST compensation. But that was only up to 2022. Now Kerala is saying that because of that stoppage also, Kerala is receiving less amount of the money. Of course, this is a problem to every state, not only unique to Kerala. Next, scheme for special assistance for capital expenditure. So Kerala is saying that they are not getting enough money under this scheme. But the union government is saying that actually there are certain schemes, central sector schemes, central sponsored schemes. Central sector schemes means 100% money will be given by the union government. Whereas central sponsored schemes means 60% will be given by the center, union government, and 40% burden has to be borne by the state. Union government is saying that as we are giving the 60% of the money, put our name also in the scheme name. Okay, that means co-branding. For example, Pradhan Mantri Bhagya Lakshmi scheme in Karnataka, they should put like that, co-branding. Central government is raising their concern for co-branding. But Kerala government is not okay with that kind of co-branding. So what about your view? Whether the states, because they are getting 60% of the money from center, they have to include the union government name or not? Are you in supporting of co-branding of the schemes or not? Put your views. Next, Kerala is also saying that states borrowing limits also reduced. Previously Kerala's borrowing limit, it was around 39,626 crore. Now Kerala is claiming that it reduced to 28,830 crores. So this is also around how much? Almost more than 10,000 crores. This is also a significant drop. And one more complaint, inclusion of off-budget borrowings as a state loan. Where whatever the expenditure of the state, it will be shown in the budget. But state can borrow the money which is not shown in the budget also. That borrowing is known as off-budget borrowing. Generally, these off-budget borrowings will happen through establishment of corporations. Here Kerala is saying that they established such an certain off-borrowing budget, such as Kerala Infrastructure Investment Fund Board, Kerala Social Security Pension Limited. These are some of the off-borrowing budget. But what union government does, union government included these off-borrowing budgets into state's loan limit. That means these borrowings also included in the FRBM limits. Because of that, the FRBM limits of the Kerala is, it is filling up very quick. Kerala is saying that the off-budget borrowings should not be included in the state government loans. So these are the popular demands put forward by the state, and Kerala protested against the center's attitude. Now, yesterday's video question. Regarding the yesterday's video question, Chief Election Commissioner of India holds office for a period of 6 years or 65 years. This is the right answer. Today's video question, that is, what is the implication of union government giving special status to a state? If union government gives special status to a state, what will happen? So read these 4 options and comment the correct answer. Mains question. What do you understand by fiscal consolidation? What does it mean? What are the factors that should be considered for fiscal consolidation by the government? So to improve the fiscal consolidation, what factors have to be considered by the government? That is the mains question. As we reach to the end of this video, In this video, we mainly discussed about and what are the main concerns of Kerala government and concepts such as Finance Commission, what parameters considered by Finance Commission while distributing the money to the states, about the grants also we discussed, recommendations of 14th, 15th Finance Commission also we discussed, and gross tax revenue, net tax revenue, both also we covered. So this is the detailed analysis regarding the Kerala's protest against union government over the tax transfer. I hope this video is useful to your preparation. Thanks for watching our channel. Have a great day. Jai Hind.